Oh, long day. Let's do this. So. We can do whatever, slide into there. We can jog, and we can jog, whatever it is. All happy days. That works fine. Now, what I want to do is let me update input move speed. So first, let's do a couple of things. Fire this open. I've got that on a separate tab, so I can debug, so you guys actually won't be able to see that. But and then so you can see what I'm doing. Sneeze really badly. So in here, squeeze in here. Walk wherever. Okay, cool. Then walk. I got walk states. Okay, now I don't think I need these, to be honest. Because I think as we change direction, let's think here. So when we go in here, these turns just seem too hyper specific. But let me see. I'm also gonna for the time being, I'm gonna simplify the logic for this logic here. I'm just gonna I'm gonna kill the sprint. Oh no. Kill this. So now it should just stay in walk, or should just stay in jog, or just those two states. Just simplify that a bit. Oh, it'll be a long night. I already know. So now, let's just go to squeeze. Let's just go in here. Let's just make sure the transitions between the states are correct. Yeah. So now, in squeeze, jog. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Works like a charm. Perfection. So the transition between these states works well. Now we need to just sort out the transition of the turns. So I think the key is this. I think um if we need to turn, what if we did this? Kill them. We did this. No, okay, so this is the next thing that we need to fix, basically, is this like directional where we want to go and stuff like that. So I think the first thing we need to do, so we say we get our input vector, now we calculate the direction in which we want to go. That's what this is, by the way. It's the yaw. This is the direction we want to go. I'm gonna kill this as well, like just gonna have it set as the direction rotation yaw. So this is the direction we want to go. So the direction we input compared to where we want to go. So now what I'm thinking is if the direction we want to go and our current direction of input is beyond a certain value, basically, then we do a turn. Then I'm gonna just create a variable now that's just like is turning, just to like help me with the logic of just make the logic a bit more verbose. Be turning is false. Yes. Then we say if move input direction. So if our input direction that we want to go is greater than, like, I don't know, I think it's greater than 90.0f basically, or greater than or equal to 90. So that means if our desired direction is beyond the but one thing we need to make sure is this: we need to do f-abs. We need to get the absolute value because it might be negative. So we say, okay, well, if the absolute value of where we want to go is greater than or equal to 90, so it's more than, we're moving the stick more than like in front of us, so we're going to go like in the opposite direction. That means we actually want to do some kind of turn. So I think then we set B turning. Let's set that to true. Now we need to be clever when we set this to false. So, and I think we only check this. So I think, okay, our move input direction has gone greater than 90. I think we only update this move input direction when we're not turning. So if we're not turning, so that's false, so that becomes true. Then we do this check here. I'm just gonna kill this stuff here. Let's do this logically. So we're saying, okay, if we're not turning, so that means our direction is stuff. We can keep updating, trying to figure out what the direction is. However, if our input direction is ever beyond a certain value, we now want to start turning. So we now stop updating our move input direction. Yeah, let's rebuild this, and then what I'm going to do is just debug this move input direction. Debug this so we can see exactly what's going on the whole time. So hopefully this will show us the value of the move input direction, and theoretically once we want to turn, that value shouldn't update, it should just stay the same. So then we can be like, okay, I had done like implementate, but it wasn't working well, so I'm doing this again. So then it should be like, we want to go 180 or we want to go 170 or whatever it is. Then what I think we need to do now is basically, until, because basically what my issue was is I was always then updating the move input direction, because then you could like change the direction again. So as he's turning, it then could try to turn again, which create the problem of when you start the turn, if you change directions again, it means that your character then, because your input rotates the capsule naturally, so we needed to do it so that I'm forcing you need to be going in this direction. So like it's almost like a ghost input, like your input is in that direction no matter what. And I think I think one of the issues is I need to find a way on Speed Dado to kill the input of the character on the your axis or whatever. But I might just need to add like a your input to the rotation, so I rotate the character X amount of degrees over a certain amount of time, and that time being linked to the animation you're playing. I think that's the way to do it. But we'll tackle that as we go. So I don't want to get too. Never run it whilst also trying to open the stage. It always crashes. Then that should work. Makes sense. It does make sense. Makes sense. But this is not going to work. So, and then once we've done that, we need to figure out a clever way to manipulate or handle the state machine so that it goes into the right states. But I think the first thing we need to do is just get the character turning with the relevant animations that it needs to be turning. Just want to get the character turning, basically, like the capsule rotating to the direction in which I want to go, and doing that ghosting. Like I don't really care about the animation that it's doing right now. That's like the last thing. I just want to get it turning around as on how I need it to, basically. So if I play now, I need to debug this. So now if we see here, we've got move input direction. Okay, so you see, okay, so see it's 91. Wait, I did kill a lot of the other stuff. So locomotion turning is no. Doesn't seem to want to update. It's weird behavior because that should just still. Does equal no. It should still check this stuff and then update the thing accordingly. I'm gonna do a quick just quickly debug these just to see if they are firing off. Just to make sure they are firing, basically. It's a long live coding, man. Jesus, what's going on? What's going on? That took ages for some reason. Okay, so it's doing it. So okay, so it doesn't seem to be setting. Interestingly, it doesn't seem to be setting the. 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 It doesn't parameters. Curious if I can. Okay, so there's an issue here. So it's here. Okay, if get locomotion turn is equal to null, but it is equal to null. Okay, some weird behavior going on here. Oh well, okay, let's undo this. So we're updating the locomotion turn. Seemingly weird behavior going on there. I'm not sure exactly why I just stopped doing it, but see, that's very interesting why it's not updating. Why isn't it calling this? Very weird behavior right now. Very weird behavior. Okay, so it's calling this function. If the locomotion turn is equal to null. Wait, I anticipate now that's not going to work. Huh? Oh, so stupid of me. I killed did I kill? Oh, I killed my move input magnitude value. That's sorry. That was just very when I killed the function here, yeah. I always forget. I was like, what is going on? Yeah. So it is move input yeah, so what we can do as well, interestingly, is do you know what we can do as well? Let's create we have it, move input magnitude. So then we do it here. Move input magnitude. That was why I was wondering. I was like, what the hell's going on? Is move input vector size. So now our magnitude is whatever this is, x or y, and then the size. So then the size of that. Okay, so yeah, I don't need this. Okay, so I always forget I delete that line in my thing, and then it messes up everywhere else, and then it's like, what's going on? But yeah, okay, cool. Did it before, and I just completely forgot. Because the issue, it wasn't picking up the speed at which I was moving. I was just always idling, technically. Yeah, now I should be like idle, walk, jog. Yeah, cool. So now, okay, so walk now. So then, now my move input direction, yeah, no matter what I do, it's still 179, which is correct. So what I want it to do now, so that's correct. Now, and it says, look, So the main thing is, it says, okay, we want to turn in this axle thing. Oh, climbed up on the freaking wall. And then no matter where I move else, now the issue is the capsule still rotates, which is a problem. So no matter where else I move, the thing is up there. So now what I need to do, you see, like, but the turn is correct. Where I want to go is correct. And the input magnitude of what I want to do is correct as well. Now, I think what I basically need to do, I'm going to try a couple for just experiment now. I'm going to say, so now, if we're not turning, if we are turning, sorry, what I want to just do is just add a yaw. Let me just character no. Normal. So here, I see. So now I want to add an input in direction world's place to apply input. Okay. Well, what I want to do is rotate my I want to rotate my forward vector by this whatever yaw, basically. But let me just do for now. And then that will give me a new forward vector. Let me just for now. Just want to see what this is actually going to do. Out of curiosity. So this is going to add 180 to the movement, and then it's going to. Now I want to set B turning to false. So then we're no longer turning. So add 180 to the movement. I'm curious to see what it's going to do. I think the correct way to do it is then. So we're doing this, and then now if I say. Okay, well, it's just wrong. So here. Interesting. Did something there. Okay, hold on. Let me just disable. Let me just disable. This. So it doesn't actually ever do this. Yeah. I'm just going to disable that for now. We'll do it. So it's not going to ever do climb up, so I can actually stuff. See, that doesn't do anything. Obviously, it's not going to come out because it's locked in the way. Now what I want to do is, if I've done that, it really does. Let me kill this. Then I think what it might just be is that I keep adding an input in that desired direction. We're squeezing. So, okay, so it says so here, add movement input. I don't even think I just did anything. Because what I could even do is just create like an acceleration vector. Like it's basically the forward vector rotated, and we just add. But let's. I mean, we just do like 10. Oh, I just want to see if that does anything. Hey Noma, how are you? See if it does something, basically. Okay, that did something. Now, that did something. If I did. Add movement input of this. And this is done every frame. And then one thing I need to fix up is in the tune for. So yeah, then here, if it's equal to null, don't do it. Because one thing is equal to null, we can update the because then we update our actual advanced look whether or not we're in it in here. My advanced locomotion parameters shouldn't be like should not be updated anymore. Let me make sure I don't update in here. No, I don't. So animation, it does it. It's because I don't have any turn animation set up. Annoying. So here, there we go. So now I'm in the squeeze. Now there's some weird. Hey John, how are you? I'm good, man. I'm good. Just cracking away. Yeah, so let's do this here. So then, okay, so our parameters update, right? The direction and how we want to turn. That's all done correctly. Now, all I'm thinking here, this doesn't seem to do like fuck all, quite frankly. I don't even think it's doing anything. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything. So, what I think I need to do, let me just see if this is called anything. No. Okay, so I think see, okay, one thing's for sure, we have the direction and movement and stuff we want to go. That's all good. That's correct. I'm happy about that stuff. got our rotation stuff, blah blah, all good. Now is the logic in here when we say we want to be turning. If I do, let's just do this. Let's just set that back to rotation. Let's set the rotation of this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get no, what we'll do is the new rotation. Let's say F rotator. New rotation is equal to. Then we're gonna set okay, so we'll do it like this. We'll do character owner, get vector forward vector. So we'll get where we're facing, and then we're gonna rotate. What we'll do first is we're gonna say F rotator. Let me say, actually, I'll do this. We'll say F rotator needs to be, unless we set the relative rotation. Because this might just be the current rotation with a value 180 of that. F rotator. So pitch 0.0 F. Yaw 0.0 F. On the roll. So we set, this is our new rotation that we want to do, is equal to that. And then we're going to set the turning back to false. How is this going to behave? What I'm wanting to happen is when I do it, it'll just rotate it instantly to the rotation I want to go to, and then return back to false. That's in my head what I think is going to happen. It's not going to happen because knowing my shit, it just never will. But so we go forward. Beautiful. That actually did it. So here, then if I, okay, so if I flick down, rotates it that way. Okay. Oh yeah, it's doing it because, sorry, I'm in. One thing I need to make sure is I'm only doing this crap when I'm in. No, actually. So basically, I only really care about this on locomotion. Like if I'm not in it, I don't care. So, but for now, just so I can be a bit more snappy, if so if we're in one of the advanced, just gonna move that into it. So if we're in one of the advanced locomotion states, we're gonna move it into there. It doesn't give me the weird jumpy around when I'm just walking around. Should only do it if I'm in that state. That way, everything's in it. Oh, I'm in that state. Beautiful. Now we're updating our move input direction. So I say 180. Beautiful. Here, I'm gonna go 180 again. And it's bouncing between two. Okay, at least I can come out and whatnot. So it works for the first time. So then if I go like down here, yeah, it does do it. And it's like it's doing like a weird little bounce because the direction is what? I think it's because of this. I think yeah, there's something wrong going on. Um Although it doesn't quite make a lot of sense as to why it's not uh, so it works the first time, but then it doesn't work the second time. Ah, I see. Because once I release it, it just sets the state back to whatever value it is. So here we do this. See, if I release, my move input direction is still 180. That makes no sense. I also need to wait, hold on. I need to make sure the capsule's rotating. Wait, let me make sure the capsule is actually rotating, because that could be another thing. Add an arrow component to the capsule and just search hidden, untick hidden in game, and play this. Now we can see the direction in which our capsule is facing. So if we walk forward, and then now if I, okay, no, that's correct. So that's the issue. When I release this, it just sets it back to whatever. So this is what we gotta fix. So we're saying here, so we then no longer turn. So then we say here, okay, well, we are turning. We've set our move input direction. I want to know why it flutters back. So we set actor relative rotation, and then let's just do a little check. Let me say if so, okay, we're not turning, we update whatever. If our move input direction is greater than a value, then we set it to 90. Okay. Then maybe that's why I had the 0 thing here. Let's kill this in there. Let's just do it at the bottom. Let's do this like this. I know I'm using this twice, but yeah, hold on. Just for now. So the input magnitude, that should never change now. So we don't have any weird stuff going on. Yeah, I need to. What is going on with this thing? It's like being slow as hell. So okay. So see, that's just wrong. Oh, Wi-Fi sucks. Hopefully that didn't kill the stream, but who knows. So, okay, let's see here. So, why is this not? Ah, it's because I'm not in squeeze. It works fine. It's because I'm not in squeeze. We only care about when we're in squeeze. Yeah, so once I actually enter the thing, it'll actually start polling my input. There we go. So walk, well. See, what's weird is that now it's on idle, even though my input magnitude. So I think, because that. Because I also would like to. Why is that doing that then? Obviously, we're never going to exit out of turning, which is. It's doing something. I think. It seems as though we should also only update the locomotion turn when we set the turning to true. So we're going to set turning to true. So yeah, we are turning, blah blah. Then set locomotion turn to whichever one of that. Just need to make sure I'm not dating the move input direction from it. Okay. See, like I've released, and for some reason it's going crazy. If I don't release, it's fine. But when I release, it goes absolutely nuts. Oh, I know why. Because of this. When the U is 0, because of any dead zone buffer, you do need this. So it is that's your dead zone buffer. So here we're saying, look, if our move input direction is greater than 0.1, so actually moving somewhere, then we can move magnitude, then we can actually generate direction. So if I go back to 0, it's not going to go crazy. And then I don't need to do this anymore. Then, yeah, I just need this. So now, hopefully, I shouldn't get the weird, crazy spasms of rotation at the end. So now, hopefully, I should do it. It should just turn, which is what I want to do. So I'm moving forward. I flick back, it turns. Okay. So I'm moving forward. I flick back. If I release, there we go. Now that's an issue. So then I'm saying here, so I'm moving forward, blah, blah, blah. Moving forward. I flick back. Move input direction now becomes 0. Or it's less than whatever it is. So if you see here now, my move input direction is 100 and something. But it's bouncing between thingy and null. Do this. Why is it bouncing between null? It seems as though because then if we're not turning, so now it's so we are now if it's greater than 90, we're now turning. If the f absolute of that is greater than that, yeah. Okay, I'm being stupid somehow. Let me try and decipher where I'm being dumb. So if our value of a turn is greater than 90, we now want to turn. Then we're going to be like, okay, well, what kind of turn are we doing? Well, we're doing one of these turns. So we decide what turn we're doing. I'm gonna simplify this even more. I'm just gonna simplify it loads, and just set the locomotion turn to 180 right, so I don't have any weird changing between values or whatever crap. There we go. So if that's the case, we want to turn and locomotion turn is 180 right. Then we say, okay, well now we're turning, so set the rotation to that, whatever direction. Then you can set this to null, and then this to false, and we can do it again. I don't know why when I then change my direction, it doesn't like it. Maybe it's because the root motion wants to take me one way, and my thingy wants to take me another way. Well, I feel like this should over. But the first time works a charm. The first when you go in, it works well, and then it just crashes on its whole. So I'm that way. 180 right, no. See, so I need to debug. I need to see what's happening. So if I'm turning, dude, I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with it. It must be something with the root motion, like wanting to move forward and then it trying to set the relative rotation backwards. What if we check here? What if I do this here? Because I'm like, then I could do a check and be like, well, if the new rotation is aligned with where you want to go, then you can do it. But I don't think that's going to change anything, because this here, this needs to set the direction. Because then it goes back in here. Let me just do a little debug string that says like update direction or something. For like 1 second. It's definitely something wrong with this. So when it does it, it should just do, because then at least then I can be like, okay, it's actually doing the right flow of logic. It's just not doing, there's a problem with the setting the rotation, it seems. Yeah, okay, cool. So it is actually doing this. It's going back and forth, but it's going back and forth. Because for some reason, I anticipate it's because it doesn't fully set the rotation of the character. I think what we probably need is what if we did like, what if we just did sacked off the move direction, I just said 180, just do it to 180 every time, positive 180. You know what? I think that's the issue. The relative rotation. It's because I use a relative. You know what I need to do? I think what I need to do. I think this is wrong. Can we like add a rotation? Kill me? Okay, don't kill me. No. Oh, curiosity. If I look at my thingy here and I go kill this, if I just try and rotate this, pitch yours 180. Then we just add one rotate. Let's see what's going on with them. Because I'm thinking maybe it's trying to set it to the same direction. But that means that it's that's and that's why it's just going to do it's going crazy. So if we set the world rotation, oh, it goes back. So, ooh, okay, because this is interesting. So then if I do this and I release slowly, it works. There you go. Now if I change direction and I move, when I flick back, it changes back. Why does it? Okay. Reset that then. Now we just need to figure out why it flicks back to the previous rotation. That's the last fix, I think. Yeah, why does it flick back to the previous rotation? If I go slowly and that's interesting. If I ease off the thing, it's fine. That's such a weird case. So it's like 0. It flicks back. Movement direction is no. Yeah, so it actually, okay, this is, okay, already I'm liking this more. Okay, worst case scenario, we'll just have these. Okay, so it does it. It's just that flick back here. I think I know why. I think this I think on the way back, the direction, like I think, yeah, I think on the way back, like I think the flick back, there's some kind of velocity over into the other direction that's causing it to like aiming the other way. I think that's what it is. I mean, do this. Let's do a bit more of a buffer area, maybe. I don't know. So if the direction is beyond 0.3, so that input magnitude, then it see, it goes to like 170 like super quickly for like a split second. Why is it 170 though? That's the issue. And it's a frame. That's the weird thing. It's literally a frame. It's like the frame between I'm curious if I try and do like sideways or like a bit more angular stuff, will it replicate the 170 or will it just replicate the actual movement direction? So if I try and do like it's like that direction. It's that flick back. There's something going on. Let me just see if I did like 0.8. So it's I think yeah. Yeah, it's okay. That makes sense. So what it was, it's the dead zone buffer. So it's like I think what's happening as I release the input magnitude of whatever I'm doing goes like the direction in which I want to move this for like a brief, like literally a frame. I think because of the velocity of where it's moving towards back to the dead zone, it makes it the magnitude greater than whatever value was at the direction of release. So that means the thing is greater than that. So if we just have a big dead zone so that it can't pick up that, let's see here. Which I mean, that's 0.5 seems like a lot, but then it's not then doing that. Like you have to be, you only. So 0.5 still isn't. Because if I'm gentle with the stick, like if I don't flick the stick, like it only does when I flick the stick. If you see that, if I flick back towards the okay, that's if I flick back towards the origin, then it does it. But if I do that and I release gently, it doesn't do it. I think it's the dead zone, or whatever, like the velocity of what your thing is. Well, if let's make it like 0.8 then. How does that feel? That needs to obviously be an actual value. I think what I really need to do is add like a trajectory thing, like a trajectory of input, like where you're gonna go. I think we have that already, but like on your stick, like where is your stick wanting to go? Yeah, if you damn, it's annoying as hell because if you flick back, But it only works when I flick down. Do you know what I mean? That's so annoying. That is just so annoying. Really annoying. Let me pull this magnitude. Maybe I'm calculating this wrong. Let me. That's really annoying. Such a weird. It's like an actual controller thing. It's not even like a. I can imagine this wouldn't be a case on keyboard. Because the magnitude is just 1 at all times. Yeah, do you see? The magnitude shoots. Yes. It doesn't do it coming back on itself. Interesting. Like this way, I can't do it. It only does it. See, that's probably why as well. There's definitely something wrong with how I calculate the magnitude. So. Oh. Ah. Why have I got a 3D vector? Ooh. Okay, no. Let's see what the magnitude is now. See, it just like shoots up. It's so rapid and all. It's really annoying. It doesn't. What's even worse is it does it from one direction. Like it going in one way is the only way it does it, and it's also very specific. Like it's only when you like flick this, like release the stick harshly. But I can imagine people doing that. Yeah, I can imagine I'm doing it. So it's like a very replicable thing. Let's see here. Let's see. Where do I get these values from? Move input y equals value. Move input x. Yeah. Maybe I need to smooth it. A bit more of a lerp kind of job. It doesn't do like a boom, boom, boom. move input smooth. Okay. Maybe that's literally it. Just smooth out that spring, because Dado added dumper, so that's probably why Dado added it, for that exact reason. So it's not like a doo-doo. Yeah, see, it goes back to zero so much slowly now. It's like a ease off rather than like a dum dum. But it's calms between like 0.2. That's such a weird. It's a weird value to clamp it at. I think he does it because then, yeah, he does it that way so that then the sprint stuff can increase the input value. That makes sense. You know what? That's fine. Let me just play with that for now. Let's see this. So if move input value is greater than 0.1, you know what I mean? Let's just do that. It's greater than 0.1. Do that. But now, hopefully, there's no doop doop. Because I'm hoping as I release it, it smooths back to 0. What in the God's green? But it's not greater than, so it shouldn't even. I think I know. It's setting it to 0. You know what it's doing? It's setting it to 0. Maybe that's a problem. I don't even know at this point. Why is it going back to, oh, I set it to 0, don't I? Sure. Oh yeah, I don't need to do that there. Do something, please. Thank you. I would love that. It'd be so nice if something happened that wasn't crazy. Why does it's so annoying. The thing is, it shouldn't update the direction. Unless the magnitude is grew. we need to smooth our input vector, maybe not just our magnitudes, like where we actually want to go. That value isn't being smoothed either. So in that case, it means that, yeah, what's going on there? Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's some wrong stuff going on here. I think it's the other way around. X and Y. Because then that was saying, so forward was pointing right. Wait. Yeah, that was saying our input vector was that way. So, there's definitely a problem with that. Okay, that's correct. Yes. Oh my goodness. Only update if we're not turning. Would that make a difference? Because then our magnitude is only updated when we're not turning. Otherwise, so if we start turning, so we can do this, but if we flick, yeah, the damper works. But then when we turn, oh, that's a turn in place job. Okay, the damper makes everything so much better. Okay, we have something. Let's see now. So as whatever the input direction is. So that's good actually. That's a good case actually. It adding whatever the rotation is. Blah blah blah. Now what I want to do is set the rotation so that it's not instant. Okay, so I can change direction now. Okay, let me check this in because we're at a stable point in which we can actually change direction, which is somewhat stable. Okay, so I'll check this in. Okay, so once looking, can change direction, change. No, not linked. Animed. Not linked to anim. Okay, so we have directional changes, but they're not linked to any animation right now. It's cool. We'll do that. Next, we want to link them up to anim so that we can change direction, but it's done. So first of all, I just want to do it so that we can change direction over a period of time, basically. And then what I want to do is change the direction based on this curve that I'm going to extract from an animation. So let's see here. Build this back, and then now we're going to say we can do a couple things. What we need to do, we can't do an add. You can't interp an add. We have to interp a set. So if we do spring some water to my little humidifier, get it smelling nice and good. And then what oils should I use? What scent do I want to have? What little humidifier? So what scent do I want? We've got rosemary, lang lang. This one actually smells quite nice. I've used it. That's actually quite nice. Whoa, that's peg. So lang lang, got tea tree. I used that earlier. It's okay. Lavender, a bit too much, quite like. Lemongrass. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's nice. Cinnamon, classic, but a bit. Lemongrass. Oof. Bergamot's nice, you know. Bergamot, whatever that is. What's this? Lemon. I ain't even opened lemon, you know. Classic one, that one. But lemongrass. Making sense. It smells like paint. It's disgusting, man. Sweet orange. Bang average. Alright, between these two. Let me clear my scent. Okay, so lang lang, that's decent. What's up? 7.5 out of 10 scent. I don't know if it's gotta be lemongrass. Yeah. So you ever had like, you know, them Halls sweets? It smells like that. It's pain. What scent? Just drop that in there, just a little couple of dots. So let's be generous with the oil. How much oil do I have left? There's not much in these packs. That was a fair bit, too fair. Let's just be a bit more. It's gonna be, we're gonna use this for the rest of the night, so. Close the lid. Turn it on for 6 hours. So now when that goes off, I'll go to bed. Simple. But if you see, I don't know if you can see, but it's like releasing some lovely scented air up into the atmosphere. So it's just mellow out our coat space. What was I doing? Trying to make this stupid thing work. Okay. Let's go spring. I only want to interrupt the yaw. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. I don't really want to interrupt anything else. So, if I say current, alright. So let's do a couple things first of all. So, current rotation. No, well, I guess the current rotation then is equal to the target rotation is going to be whatever. Nah, that's wrong because that's going to get updated every frame. We need to like initialize values basically. Because then I'm thinking, what if we did it like we just did rather than we just did like an R interp between, let's do R interp 2. So from current is going to be this. Target is going to be this. But I need to set this value here. Target rotation. That up. So then we say our target rotation is now going to become whatever the current one is added to that, whatever we want. Then we're going to say here, okay, we'll set from that to our target rotation, comma, delta time. We can pass in the delta. Whoa. I swear to God, I have a variable called delta. Don't apparently. And then interrupt speed, if we go 0.0f, that means it should just be instantaneous. We don't need this crap anymore. So let's do a couple things. So float, delta time, right click, show context actions, change signature, leave uncompatible, then we just go F, delta time, just like that. Beautiful. So go back in here, we say, okay, cool. So now if our movement direction is greater than 90, we say, okay, cool. Returning, set the locomotion to, for now we'll just do 180. Then we say, okay, our target rotation is going to be whatever our current rotation is plus the yaw of what we want to go to. Cool. Then we say, okay, we're going to interrupt this, but I'm sorry. F rotator, new rotation is equal to interrupt that target rotation, delta time. We're just going to do interrupt speed of 0, which means just straight away. And then what we're going to do is, instead of here adding anything, we're going to set actor rotation. I want to say new rotation. And this can be const, just like that. Now because we have an interrupt time of 0, right, this is the thing, this is the key. So because we then actually have to go in, like, check to see if we have rotated correctly. So now we need to check to see if we are rotated correctly, and then if so, we then set these values to false. We then reset the values. For now, okay, do you know what we could even do? Yeah, for now, let's just do it because we know. Oh, whoa. Yeah, for now we know we're doing it instantaneously, so we don't need to check, but we're gonna have to check after if we are rotated correctly. So let's just run this up. But then then we check to see if we're rotated correctly. So that means is the character, is the like direction of the character's forward vector aligned with whatever rotation we want to go, basically. Because that's easy. We just check if to see if the character rotation is equal to the target rotation. That's awesome. Or within like a certain value. If this is within a certain value, then we're chilling. So we don't even. Because I was thinking that we needed to do some whole like check the direct. We don't. We just need to check if the current rotation is equal to the one we want to go to. And if so, do the thing. Do the thing. Lemongrass is really popping off right now, I can't lie to you. I don't even know if anyone's in. Alright. Let's see what's gonna happen. Nothing good's gonna happen, I already know. First. Alright. Cool. Cool. That's actually what I want to see happen. Perfect. So now, let's do this. Let's then say if I want to see if like I want to see if they need to have a similar yaw, basically. So I think what I can do. So if I do a character, oh no, yeah, add to rotation. Dot yaw minus. What first we gotta do? Yeah. Absolute. So if this yaw. Now we'll do target yaw minus the current yaw, or within a if target rotation dot yaw yaw minus that the FF is greater than is less than like I don't know like 1.0 because although to be fair I could just do if it equals each other because I am doing like a whole set thing. Let me just because that's the same. Let me see what if let me just do an equals. Let me just comment this out. Let me just do an equals thing, see if that's gonna work. If rotation equal to so if the current rotation is equal to the target rotation, but I think the issue with this is we're gonna have floating point errors. I don't think this is actually gonna happen because I think we're gonna have it so that there's like because I'm interpreting I'm interpreting a rotator, so it might actually because I'm not just interpreting one value of a rotator because then we might get some floating point errors, but I'm interpreting one thing to another, so we might actually, I know what I'm saying is that if that value, if that rotation is actually equal to target rotation, give or take whatever, then reset the stuff. So whilst it's doing it, it should hopefully not pull anything else. Going in is so smooth. Fantastic. It's just not quite correct. Beautiful. I thought not. Because when I try and rotate back, it doesn't. But it did the rotation. See, I knew that exact. It did the rotation, but then there's like a little bit of like a whatever. Let's just say like 5. If the yaw is within the range of whatever, then you could be like, yeah, I killed the thing. What is going on there? Seems as though there's like a weird little... So that is the exact problem. Why is it not 180? What? What's weird, what's annoying is that it's rotated correctly. Like it's in the right rotation. I think it's just not, this check is off. Maybe there's like a, well, floating point thing. Well, this is... Because what I can do is to see whether or not it's stuck in here. Let's debug something. Because maybe the rotation difference is like off by a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. All I know is it was what it was turning around before. That's the main thing. I didn't have these issues. Oh, I see. Rotation difference is 360. It's the same direction. Oh, it's the same direction. That's so annoying. God, such a stupid check. So stupid. What if I did